My equipment for this particular demonstration is a soda bottle. This is an old, hard-to-come-by 8-ounce soda bottle, but they're good for this demonstration because they're very even here across the top. And what we're going to be demonstrating is Newton's first law of motion, specifically the second part. But allow me to explain Newton's law of motion, the first one. An object, and because this is Augusta, Georgia, I use a golf ball. An object in motion will stay in motion, moving in a straight line until it encounters a force. So the ball starts to go across the table in a straight line and it disappears. What force did it encounter? Gravity. That's the first part of the first law. The second part of the first law is this. An object at rest will remain at rest until it encounters a force. So I'm going to take a sewing hoop here. It's made of wood, and incidentally, when you're not using these, because they're unprotected wood, you should keep them inside this retainer, or the humidity will warp them out of shape. I'm going to balance this on top of the soda bottle as close as I can to the center. Then I'm going to take a pen, and I'm going to trace the outline of the inside of the mouth of the jar on one side. What I'm doing is making a reference point. And Charles, I'm going to need you to give me a hand over here a second. Now I'm going to take the pen between the thumb and index finger of both hands and balance it up here. This, by the way, can become one of the most difficult parts of the experiment. Okay, I've got the ball up there. I'm going to hold the pen in place, and Charles, I'd like you to draw a circle around the pen. Okay, that's close enough for government work. Now, what we have is two reference points. I know, I've eyeballed this in, I can see that the circle on the inside at the bottom of the hoop is right over the mouth of the bottle. And this one right here balanced, so I know it's right over this mark right here. I don't know why, but it's always works that way. Okay, now I take the pen and I balance it back up here. With these reference points, it's always easy to balance the pen. Now the objective of this experiment is going to be to take a body at rest, of which I now have two, put them in motion and put them inside the jar. Now, I'm going to put my fingers, the index finger and the forefinger, about 6 centimeters from the edge of this side of the hoop. I happen to be right-handed. And the second joint of my index finger is right opposite the hoop. I will usually have the students count to 3. And when they count to 3, would you all like to count to 3? 1, 2, 3. Pull the hoop out, and the pen goes into the bottle.